and welcome back to yet another cheeky live stream. I'm One More Sheep yet again, and the volume's a bit low, let me fix that. And today, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to continue on with the last bit of Sonic Forces that we previously did not complete. Am I muted this time? I need to make sure. No, I am talking, I'm coming through perfect. Excellent. So yes, we're going to be continuing on with a bit more Sonic Forces, finishing the episode Shadow off, and once we're done with that, because this should only maybe take us like 20 minutes at most, I got a little extra cheeky bonus lined up, which is going to be something I've never tried before, but I'll leave that until we get to it. But for now, let's just delve right on in with a cheeky new game, as we follow Shadow's storyline. Splendid. Oh. It was 1 month before the Doctor took over the world. The first time I encountered him.
Shadow, we've got a report from the intelligence division.
But anyway, happy Easter as well, everybody. I hope you're all having a lovely, lovely time. I've had a pretty chill day. No Easter eggs, unfortunately, but I tend to never really bother with Easter eggs. Every time I got Easter eggs, I just tend to leave them, and I forget about them, and by the time I remember they're there, they're gone off, so I can't eat them. It's something I've always had a problem with. Mighty is there, but in the background. No worries. Well, I say hi, and I hope she's having a lovely time as well.
I can't imagine the Doctor would do something like that without reason.
I actually don't mind Shadow's voice here. The Shadow sounds pretty good, the voice actor. It's one of those things, like, the guy who voices Shadow in the current days, I find him very hit or miss. Like, sometimes his voice sounds perfect, and then other times it sounds a bit too gravelly. It's one of those weird situations. Splendid. Cass left you, but I've kept you, and Cass has Luke. What? Hello? I have no idea what you're trying to say there. So you automatically win the hydrate. Oh, I see. Splendid. Oh fuck, I didn't mean to skip the text there. Same way, anyone who's wondering what episode Shadow is basically all about, essentially, it's a hard mode where you cover the story of Shadow before and a little bit after the events of Eggman taking over the world. You can just basically figure out what he's up to. So let's just dive right into enemy territory. And if anyone here is a big fan of Shadow the Hedgehog on the GameCube, Xbox, and PS2, well, you're gonna love the soundtrack, because episode Shadow's songs, oh, they're a banger and a half. What can I tell you, ladies and gentlemen? What can I tell you? Indeed, yeah. But essentially, it serves as like a hard mode of the game. So these are remixed versions of the levels we've already been to, with, you know, just a little bit more going on in terms of like challenge. They're still not that hard, but there is a wee bit more to, you know, to basically pay attention to as you're playing through. What can I tell you, folks? But, you know, if you play the base game, you also know how to play this version of the game as well. There are some slight differences in gameplay, which is only really applicable with a certain new enemy type, where you can do like a special new type of homing attack. But apart from that, it's not really much new really of note in terms of how the game controls, you know. What can I tell you? To be honest though, it's just really cool being able to play as Shadow again. Like, seriously, Shadow's kind of like... We went through a period of time where Shadow was fucking everywhere, right? Up until recently, where we just don't really see him around much at all anymore. And it's kind of a shame. I want to see more Shadow. But fortunately, Sonic Generations episode Shadow, or whatever it's going to be called, is coming out. Shadow Generations. So we're going to get my... I guess I'm going to get my wish there, you know. But it's just one of them things, you know. I wish we had more Shadows. Some more cheeky, edgy action. But I digress. Since you've been MIA, you've been watching Luke, but you're back now, so you have both of you playing. Oh, I see. Okay, so she's watching someone else stream. I gotcha. No worries at all. Splendid. Oh. There we go. There's the first cheeky zone done and dusted. Now, the zone lengths are basically about on par with what they are in the base game, so don't expect them to be much longer, you know. It's one of them weird situations where the zone length's still pretty short, but what I'm going to show after I'm done with this should maybe change that, but we'll see.
It is the ultimate strength.
Oh, shut up, Infinite. You still allow me a drink. Well, thank you, sir. Thank you.
A not so tall, dark, and brooding guest is
Ah.
I've been waiting for you.
It's kind of good that this came out as like a little free bonus to the game, though. I don't remember this being a paid expansion. I think this was like a small like update that they added to the game, which is nice. Which, then again, Sega's been was kind of weird with this game, because originally they were going to charge for supersonic of all bloody things before they decided, oh no, we're just going to make it free in an update. I'm like, thanks, Sega. Because I would have been livid if they charged for supersonic in this, but well. Okay, Infinite's awful one.
You say you don't know me, and yet I remember you so.
But yeah, essentially Shadow and Infinite have met before previously. And if I remember before, I did say, like, Infinite's whole entire shtick, the whole reason he became the big bad that he is a really silly reason. But I digress. A couple of minutes ago. I love that. A couple of months ago, it just brings you straight back to the exact same world map. Let's go straight to Eggman's facility, where we get to see the backstory of Infinite. And oh boy, it's a backstory, right? I love that we get to hear White Jungle's theme again, though. It's so good we get to hear like the music tracks from like previous stuff again and remix. It's like, oh, so good. So good, what can I tell you? Also, one thing I actually really do love is whenever Shadow kind of goes off on one of the ramps here, he actually does the pose from the artwork of Sonic Adventure 2, which is a really cool thing, where he has his like arm behind him. It's a nice little nice little touch there that I'm not sure many people actually even picked up on. I've always liked it though, it's a nice little attention to detail. I'm not even bothering to care about the red rings, because they're basically useless in this. Oh my gosh! Ugh. There we are. Oh yeah, it's super cool. It's one of those really cool things that is just... I like when they do little callbacks like that, you know? It's something that's... Ah, shit! Oh, I'm alive. It's one of those things that Sega's generally actually pretty good about doing. There's like small little callbacks here and there. But believe it or not, folks, we are basically at the end of the stage. So, like I said, these stages are really, really small. You know, there's not much to them at all. Which is one of the biggest problems with this expansion, but you know, I played through the whole game. It's the biggest problem with the main game itself. It's all just, as soon as you get started with it, it ends. It's like, why?
You know you can hear me. You're captain of Squad Jack, aren't you? Your squad was useless. Go clean up their mess already.
Yeah, I got it. You destroyed my squad.
I don't even know why they're hiding Infinite's face. Because we know what he looks like. It's really weird. Like his face was shown in like a comic book. I don't know why they did this. Well, there we go. Guys, ass handed to him.
Worthless. Don't show your pathetic face around me ever again.
Whoa.
I'm shaking. Me. Afraid.
Quite literally, the whole reason he's the main villain
Me.
is he's having a tantrum. Like, seriously, that's his motivation. It's nuts.
I'm not weak. I'm not weak. I am not weak.
He's doing the whole I'm not weak thing, but Shadow never called him weak. He just said, get out of my face, you're not worth my time. He didn't exactly say you're weak. Jeez. It's such a... I don't know, it's such an underdeveloped origin story, you know? I was kind of hoping for more. I guess if there was like a higher budget game and they had more time, maybe it probably would have turned out to be a bit more to it, but...
I obtained the power to make all yield to my will.
Your thing, Chief.
I was reborn.
Whatever you say, Infinite. We all know how that goes. He gets his ass handed to him. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Nothing to worry about. Back to 1 month before Eggman took over. It's got
I've only become
kind of weird how it kind of
because
jumps
of
between
you.
time like this, though.
Yet you don't remember.
Again, the story of this DLC is like,
Suppose
it's
that's
a
the way
nothing
it
story,
goes.
so you don't really need to even worry
It
about.
simply means that
You
the
know?
old me was too weak, too pathetic to remember.
The infinite, sure, whatever you say.
Become nothing more than an insect, waiting to be crushed underfoot. Thanks to this power.
Again, the whole thing is, he's just monologuing to Shadow, and Shadow's like, who are you? What are you doing? Stop talking to me. Please leave.
This.
Anyway, time to enter Green Hill yet again with virtual reality. And when I was saying this is a short DLC, I mean it. I think this is actually the final stage. Like, it's really short. Like, I don't remember there being a 4th level anyway. I could be wrong. But, there we go. This is it. But anyway, anyone who's big fans of like Sonic Adventure 2 will absolutely adore the theme song here. Because this is the Bio-Lizard theme, which... I'm curious what the Shadow Generations remix of the song is going to sound like, because I like it when the song gets remixed. It's got some damn good tunage, you know? One of my favorite tracks in the series. Very unique sounding. Alright, come on. But there's really not much to this level at all. It's basically just a standard platforming stage. Gotta avoid these cubes of death. And that's it. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Whoa! Yeah, there we go. I do like doing that chain homing attack ability, though. It's nothing special about activating that, just do a normal homing attack, and if it's a chain group of enemies that it support being attacked that way, it'll just do it automatically. Which I guess is super handy, I suppose. Ooh, oh my god, I almost perished. That could have been no good. Wow. Alright, calm down, Omega. I know you're not weak, for God's sake. Ugh. But essentially, this entire thing, if you can't guess, is Shadow having basically a hallucination. He's losing his rocker a little bit. Upsy daisy, there we are. Beautiful. Boom, boom. Boom! Even brighter than the moon. Yeah. That's my headcanon, right? Shadow listens to Katy Perry. I can just imagine that. I kissed a girl, and I liked it. The cherry chapsticks were ultimate. Oh, goodness gracious.
Where? I'm back here. No.
But if you want a more interesting way to experience this kind of like backstory, this is all done in like the comic book that came out before the game, which is a free comic online. That gives you a bit more interesting look into the whole gist, you know.
Wonderful show, wasn't it? This power, before we've even tuned it, just as I thought, it is unrivaled.
Oh, shut up,
Not
Infinite, you
even
tool.
Sonic will be able to stand against me now.
Alright, calm down, son. Ah, goodness. I think it's only 3 stages anyway.
Is this? Stop. Where do you think
I don't
you're
remember.
going, Infinite?
All deep in Sonic. I mean, with how deranged Infinite is, even I bet he'd love to go like that.
Shadow!
Oh, hey, Tets, what's up?
Connection's back. What are you doing?
Rouge?
Forget it. Get away from there as soon as you can. There are explosions going off all over. The facility's about to collapse.
Oh no.
Withdrawing now. What's the meaning of all this?
I honestly cannot remember if there's a... On a certain day in Green Hill, Eggman's army launches a savage... Yeah, that's it for the DLC. There we go. We're done. Episode Shadow. 15 minutes, bish bash bosh, easy peasy lemon squeezy.
Are you telling me the truth?
Like, that's it.
What's the point of lying about it? Eggman got a beat on Sonic and mounted a massive assault.
At least I think so,
I
anyway.
mean, sure. A for effort, but it's nothing to worry about. We've got the advantage.
Yeah, wow.
now.
Like, it's
Sorry to say
ridiculously
so,
short.
I don't think
It's
a big enough deal for you to
a
have.
cool little bonus, but I'm glad they didn't charge money for it, because I probably would have been annoyed if they charged money for this.
I can't imagine the doctor would do something like that without...
Shadow, this is not good. Hurry, get over there.
Oh, I might be wrong. There might be a full stage.
What happened?
It's been so long since I played this, I honestly couldn't tell you. Alright, this is the stage. This is where Sonic got his ass kicked. Don't need to see this. We saw this once in the main playthrough. The cutscene's unchanged. Yeah, that's it! That's it! We're done! That was episode Shadow! Yay! Anywho, with that, ladies and gentlemen, I would give this DLC a solid... It exists. Out of 10. That's, it exists! But we're not quite done. Oh no.